Yeah, I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
No, that's cool. If I can just say, man, I want to big the brother Basim up. A lot of people bash that brother, and the brother's putting in a great work, and and opening this platform for us to push this truth, man. So I want to big that brother up. He's doing a lot of work as well, uplifting Israel, man. So we have to give that brother props, man, for that. You know what I'm saying? And, he doesn't get enough credit, man, but I'm giving this brother credit openly and publicly, man. He's doing a great job.
Oh, no doubt, most definitely. All right, so let's go to the next caller. Let's go to 910-551. You are live in the air. Say your name and where you from.
All right, shalom, panel and host. My name is Devar.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Doing well. Okay, so I want to make a disclaimer before I ask this question because I really do like Priest Danyaahla, and so but I'm just asking, have you repented for the Joseph is the biological father teaching?
Have I repented of that?
Yes, sir.
No.
All right. That's the only question I had.
Oh, that's it? All right, man. You sure that's it? Okay.
That's it? I don't want to debate him right now, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no... Is it a debate? Hold on, he on the hot seat, right?
Brother, listen, brother, you got the floor. You got the floor, brother. I'm not running from that teaching. You got the floor. Say what you got to say.
I know you don't run. I know you got your teaching down pat. So, but I'm just saying, right? Like how I don't understand. Okay, there's a few things with that situation.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, there's the exception to the law that says that if a man be born with no sons, that his inheritance is transferred to the daughter so that his name can remain alive. And then it shows Koniah being childless. And then you see that Joseph is Koniah's descendant. So I don't see how you can hold that teaching in your mind in light of those realities.
Are you done? I don't want to interrupt you, King. So if that a question, or go ahead.
Yes, just the first little part of it that kind of I don't understand how people that teach that can hold those realities in their mind, knowing that Koniah is childless, and then think that Joseph is worthy to bear a Mashiach.
Is that all, King, or I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's the first part of.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, let me deal with that first, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask you a question before I answer you. Are you believing in the New Testament?
Okay.
Okay, good. Me too. When you go to Matthew, the first chapter, Koniah did have children. He did have children, but Koniah's children were born in different circumstances than all the kings before him. Koniah's children were born into captivity. Prior to Koniah becoming king, all the kings before him, when they died, their sons sat on the throne and they became king, from David, Solomon, all the way down. But when you get to Koniah was a little bit different. Koniah did have children, but his children were not born to sit on the throne. His children were born into captivity. And the reason why the Most High put Koniah in captivity was because of the idolatry that he had committed. So the Most High got sick and tired of the kingdom of Judah, so the Most High allowed them to be put into captivity. So the curse of Koniah is not that Koniah would not have children. The curse of Koniah is not that Christ would not come through that line. The curse of Koniah is that unlike all his predecessors before him, his children will be born to him in captivity. Now I'm going to say this also, and again, like you said, this is something that is long, and we can go on and on with this, right? If the line of David through Solomon all the way down through Koniah is cursed, right? When the Most High raised up Zerubbabel, Zerubbabel was from what family line? Zerubbabel was from the line of David, Solomon, and Coniah. And the Most High chose through all Israel not to raise up somebody from another family, but the Most High chose to raise up somebody from that same line that everybody says is cursed, which is the line of David, Solomon, and Coniah. When you go back and you read in the book of Chronicles, it tells you that Zerubbabel was a direct descendant of Coniah. So the Most High never cursed that line was no longer chosen. The Most High cursed Coniah himself and allowed his children to be born to him in captivity because they committed idolatry. That's all that is. So the curse of Coniah is not that the Most High would take the line from David and Solomon and put it in another line. No. The curse of Coniah was the Most High cursed that man and his sons for that period of time. But when that period of time was over, the Most High chose that very same line and raised Israel back up through Zerubbabel.
Okay, so Jeremiah 22:30 says,
yes,
said, it says, thus saith the Most High, right, Coniah childless, a man that shall.
Okay.
So I mean, I know he had children physically, but it says that the Most High would not recognize.
No, but read the rest of it. He says, write him childless, that no seed of his should sit on the throne of David anymore. Don't you know that Coniah was the end of the Davidic line sitting on the throne and ruling in Israel? When Zedekiah was raised up, was Zedekiah of the house of David?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm asking you.
No.
When the Most High raised Zedekiah up, was Zedekiah of the house of David? No, he was not. But the Most High promised David, when you go back to 2 Samuel chapter 7, the Most High promised David that all the kings would come through his line. All the kings would come through his line. But when you get to Zedekiah, Zedekiah was not of the house of David. The Most High cursed Coniah because Coniah was wicked. And unlike everybody before him, his sons were born to him in captivity. You can read that in Matthew, the 1st chapter. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it. Hold on a second. I'm going to get it.
And we do know that Hamashiach is sitting on the throne of David, right?
The throne of David was given to the throne of David was given to Jesus Christ. Yes, absolutely, pursuant to the scriptures. Absolutely, I agree with that. Yes.
So that's why I can't understand how you can hold those two opposing views in your mind that Coniah.
But it's not an opposing view. It's not an opposing view, King. The difference is that brothers that teach the curse of Coniah teach that the Most High took the line of Christ away from David and Solomon and brought it through Mary. Now, we both know that Mary's line goes back to one of David's other sons, Nathan, right? But Nathan was never king, right? So Mary's line goes back to Nathan, whereas Joseph's line goes back to Solomon. When you go back and you read the prophecies, I'm going to let you come in, Ken. Let me just finish real quick. My apologies. When you go back and you look at the prophecies, because the scriptures tell us in Isaiah, the 55th chapter and the 8th verse, the Most High said his word will never return void to him. There's no such thing as a void prophecy. The Most High don't deal with that. When you go back and you read 2 Samuel, the 7th chapter, from verse 12 on down, the Messiah is supposed to come through the line of David and the son that would build a temple, which we know is Solomon. That is the prophecy. If we are saying that Christ goes back to the line of David through Mary, we're saying that Christ didn't go back through Solomon according to what the prophets wrote. We're saying Christ goes back to Nathan. That is against prophecy. So what I'm doing is what I'm teaching is consistent with prophecy. The curse of Coniah is not that the Most High moved the line now from David and Solomon to David and Nathan. No, the curse of Coniah is that the Most High cursed Coniah and made his children to be born to him in captivity because he was wicked. That's what Jeremiah 22 is talking about. But go ahead, King.
All right, my next question is, did Hamashiach build a temple?
Did Christ build a temple?
Yes, sir.
When he walked the earth as a man 2,000 years ago, no.
Okay, so
he came through the line of him who built the temple, which was Solomon. That was the prophecy.
I understand your position. So now it says that destroy this temple and I will raise it up in 3 days.
Okay.
So he built he built himself and came back to life. So he
right, because Because we know the temple is just a shadow. The temple, we're really the temple that the Most High dwells in. The physical temple, temple was just a shadow. So I understand those things, of course. The temple represents the body, really.
That does not ruin him building that temple and showing us that we're the temple that houses the Holy Ghost is not ruining the prophecy of that it will come through the Son who will build a temple. Because the Most High said, "Why are you building the temples with hands?" You know what I'm saying? Where am I going to reside?
I disagree with you on that, King.
Okay.
When you go back and you read the prophecy, the Most High was talking about Solomon. Solomon literally built the temple. Now, Christ is talking about building a spiritual temple, which is the body. No question about that. I agree with you on that. But Solomon literally built the temple. You see what I'm saying? So it all has to line up. It all has to line up.
All right. So I ain't even want to get. I forgot you was on the hot seat, so I guess we could have went back and forth like that. But I ain't want to.
No, it's all good. I appreciate the question all the time, King. All the time. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
All right, people, 43 minutes has passed. Again, this is a 60-minute show. Again, this is your chance to call in with your questions, your comments. Or simply press number 1 and we'll add you in the conversation. Again, the number is 646-716-7320.